me decouple. Now let me decouple his charger because it wasn't like that, and I didn't get enough time to ask him could I use it or not or whatever. I didn't. It was a rush, and I don't remember how it was exactly. But the thing is, if I were to marry anybody from here, like any of the welfare or the high tier nation states ranging from the Arabian Persian Gulf to Scandinavia, a lot of women no longer clean up behind themselves. Even when they go to restaurants and public places, people leave things like that, throw things like that. There's more I could take you to, which is near Armuli, where it has been 2 days or 3 days near the Tokyo restaurant and Saffron inside the mall near the Armuli area, which is across from the Blue Lagoon building. And there was boxes and trash that was left there even the day or two before. The trash was still left there. Inside the mall. You see what I'm saying? So, any woman that I would be involved with, if I wanted to have big breasts, huge titties, and all that, breasts and buttocks, all that, the real parameter challenge I set for myself, see if you can find a woman, if I could find someone new that doesn't drink. This is why I am grateful to have Indy or Indati or somebody that I intend to marry that I know, but I need to be able to get there. And find a woman that doesn't drink, and that doesn't smoke cigarettes or anything. Doesn't smoke cigarettes, shisha pipe, vaping, and cigars, none of that. No smoking and no drinking. And a woman that's clean. Third parameter, a woman that's not eating swine or pork. Now, I did find a few that were actual full vegetarians. Full vegetarians, even approaching vegan. Which is not a bad thing. And it's strange how this person is presented right to me in my life. It would be even more amazing you find out the woman's not attached to anybody. That would be, wow. Full vegetarian in this country, and it doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, or in this region of the world. But Bismillah awwala wa akhiru. It's hard to do when you're targeted by some sort of matrix, whether it be human induced or human led. Meaning human, you're actually assigned agents or officers that are assigned to sift through and monitor and work through the surveillance of your activities regularly, or as in the fictional movie with Shia LaBeouf called Eagle Eye, you have a system, let's call it artificial intelligence, Athena. And Athena sees your life patterns and probabilities and your inability to maintain stability of location as well as regular income and domicile in the workplace. Then this person, that it rises exponentially. The flagging or the alert of the person is being possibly unstable and susceptible. And the worst aggravating factor could even preclude ethnicity as well as religion to agitate or aggravate the artificial intelligence system to say this person is a highly probable threat. What's going to be most interesting is the electronics ban to the U.S. from what? It's not an electronics complete ban, but it's everything you'll find it with a pseudo-fascist structure. It'll be sliver by sliver by sliver. A whittling, a skimming away of the liberties, the things that you took for granted, they're going to take it back now. Say, fuck F it. You didn't appreciate it. You didn't act responsibility with bringing things on planes, and you did stupid stuff on planes. We're going to take it away from you now, like bad children. We're going to spank you like bad children. And this is what you're going to see. And I knew it. I had a portent that this kind of age was coming out. So we're going to, what is of interest to me is I'm speaking to you this Friday, May the 12th. What countries, European countries, which is their ancestry, which countries are they going to ban from having electronics, even a tablet like this, where I would want to watch my entertainment and do my work? I won't be able to bring it on a cabin, meaning as carry-on. You will no longer be able to do that on flights to the United States, to bring that stuff on as carry-on items. So you're only allowed to bring something smartphone size. See, some fish oil had dropped. So what you would have to do is Windows was planning a continuing system which the phone becomes your desktop, meaning all your Word documents or Excel or other kind of stuff, or whatever it is that you need to do, even movie and video clips or whatever they're in desktop form, you would have to have a big enough smartphone that is strong enough with a processor or even dual processors to be able to handle desktop operations, and that can handle all the functionalities and file types that your conventional tablet or desktop does, or even a dual mode. Like Asus was planning to do a dual mode Android, Windows, or whatever the tablet in a dual mode. Asus Transformer V, they call it a concept victory. They never came out with it. Several years ago, they announced it, where it would have dual operating systems, something like that, that can handle both mobile and desktop forms in the form that could open up the market to that with this band. And then you bring it on and you just migrate it or copy or mirror it or ghost it, an exact replica of the desktop onto the phone, and then you start operating it through the phone. But you'd have to have larger memory. You'd have to have phones with internal memory of at least 256 or 512 gigabytes. They refused to put them out, man. I don't know why. There was even a Mormon-led or company called Saygus, Saygus, out of Utah. They was going to make the super phone. They never came out with it out. Yeah, they make these announcements. They get funding, and they never come out with it out. They never come out. So as I was saying again, if I marry somebody, if I'm fortunate enough to get past this flotilla, this sort of persona non grata, this blockade that I'm under, this sort of digital blockade, this community, digital and human intel community orchestrated blockade, with some Muslims discreetly helping. There are some Muslims or people that were ancestrally, ethnically born Muslims that are helping. I feel it in the soul of whatever you want to call it. If George Lucas wants to call it the force to steer away from religion so it doesn't alienate people, so be it. That there are Muslims that were just born Muslims, some of them Sudanese, Arab, combination of Indian subcontinent people, others who feel that I'm inherently inferior, helping this operation against me, working with non-Muslims to sort of stymie me from economic progress and comfort. It's disgusting that I, as an American-born New Yorker, like my president, who's a fellow New Yorker, right? I'm glad to see that it's a fellow New Yorker, that I have to aspire for a studio apartment. It has to be a dream, a fantasy for me having my own clean studio apartment. I have to fantasize for that. It's unbelievable, man.